The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program host and guest and are not necessarily those of this station, management, staff, and sponsors. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Crown Car Care Show. Call in with questions and comments, 209-788-220-WSTU. Now, here's your host.
And welcome aboard, Frank. It's May 7th.
Yes.
And we've got quite a show today.
We do.
We're going to talk about the family.
We're loaded for bear.
We got good stuff coming.
Yes.
Talk about that family drive that so many of us used to do.
Yes. Great memories.
Yep. We're going to talk about where you can drive right here in South Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about car batteries.
Standard ICE cars, batteries.
Yeah.
Yes.
For your internal combustion.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, we're going to talk about helium and a Stirling engine and what this company, I can't even say the word. It's a derivative of helium, Hyliion, publicly traded company, $1.50 a share. They're making some great inroads in technology, power generation that is taking the world by storm.
Nice.
It's like a Tesla type move.
Yes.
It's reinventing power generation.
Power generation. So here's an interesting thing. Speaking about power generation, right now, AI is using 3% of all the power on the power grid.
Oh.
In a year and a half from now, you want to guess what the rate usage will be?
How much?
90%.
Oh, wow.
What do you think that'll do for people that want to use their toaster oven?
Oh, it's going to be very expensive.
It will make power brownouts the order of the day. So
this
self-generation is just very timely.
Yep, and they're stackable, so you can pretty much, depending, it's scalable.
Yes.
And the word that they use is agnostic on fuels. It doesn't matter. You can use anything because they're not using combustion. They're oxidizing the fuel. There's a difference.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Just all it needs is heat. That's
right.
It.
It's a sealed system.
Sealed system.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and we were talking about it before the show here, we'd go out for drives, especially, I can remember Christmas Eve. We'd always go out after we'd go to church.
Yeah.
A couple of times it was ice and snow.
Mm.
And we'd drive around and look at Christmas lights, but there was nothing else on your mind other than maybe the anticipation of Christmas Day.
Yes.
And then that moment of you driving around looking at lights.
Yes.
And I'm sure that when you were younger, with your family, many times you'd drive around right on a Sunday.
Sunday drives, absolutely. My dad we'd get the 61 Chevy.
61 Chevy, okay.
Yes,
yeah.
And we'd put $2 with a regular in there.
$2 worth of the regular.
Which would give us a half a tank of gas, 10 gallons for $2.
Wow.
And we would drive all day long. We'd go along along the riverfront area. It's just just gorgeous.
Up in Michigan.
Yes. Yeah. So.
And up there, you saw the change of seasons. It would get cold, and then the spring would come, and
yes,
the jack in the pulpits and the small flowering plants would first emerge in the woods and around the grass areas, and then the green would come out. It was a life cycle. Right?
Yes, yes.
And you get to see that. You get in Florida here. There's plenty of places to go drive. We're just talking again. What kind of places could we go to see in Florida here?
Oh my goodness!
Yes, it's sky's the limit. I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, you can, of course, there's lots of stuff to do in Kissimmee. You can, there's Gatorland there.
Well, I think the thing you'd want to decide is experiment on these drives.
Oh yeah.
And don't worry about wasting fuel or whatever. Yeah. Get over that.
It's not a waste.
It's not a waste. It's God created this world that we live in for us to enjoy His creation, right, and muse and wonder about what He did. Right. And that's what we're here for. Right. And this whole thing, me, I'm a electric car. I love
Mhm.
electric cars, but I'm
Mhm.
not a Green New dealer.
No,
I don't buy into that at all.
no, but
It's-
yeah, because of course you like the positive torque that electric motors will give you.
Absolutely. We
Well,
saw that with the Tesla Cybertruck when we drove it in the field
we did.
as the police cars passed us.
Yes, they said, yeah, pay no attention to that man in the Cybertruck.
He's test driving it for a radio station, and he's just seeing what kind of torque it has.
Yeah, that's right.
And we did.
We did
We
indeed.
drove over a curb and went into the McDonald's, but that's okay.
Yes.
But back to the drive. It's,
Yes.
you can take a drive because you're heading to a destination,
Yes.
or you can just take a drive.
Mhm.
And I propose my listeners do both.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to just drive.
Yeah. And you explore and learn things. And I've learned to develop an appreciation for architecture. And so many different, you go into some small rural communities, some old towns.
You see the old homes that are just so beautiful.
Yes.
And they have high ceilings, the old homes do.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
plaster and laugh on the
Mhm.
inside, and a lot of them, it's just like let's say it had a porch, or
Right, the old Florida
or
homes.
the
Mhm,
perimeters around the windows would be a little bit more architecturally
mhm,
fancy.
mhm.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Some in stored here. There's some of these older homes right around the radio station here. If you poke down some of these alleyways
Yes.
that used to be owned by a real estate tycoon many years ago.
Yes,
But that's another story.
Somebody we know. Somebody we know.
But that's the drive where you drive to nowhere,
Yeah,
but you just end up back home.
that's right.
Drive to nowhere and end up back home. And then there's the drive where you drive to end up, say, at the circus museum, that Barnum and Bailey, or
Right.
the Ringling Brothers. I've been there. What a
Ringling
fascinating
Brothers,
place. You can
yeah.
spend 2 days there, or go to the Dolly Museum.
You go to the Beanie Backus Museum in Fort Pierce.
Yeah. Another place, car show, of course, but
Mhm.
up in Orlando at the Deezer, Deezer Mall
Okay.
is one of the largest automotive collections I know of. 2,000 cars
Wow.
with different rooms set up. There's one set up as a bat cave with a Batmobile. There's all kinds of neat stuff there. Now, coming up soon, I think next month, there's a big car show up there, a Mustang car show that I'm going to be up there with.
Ooh, yeah, you're gonna have
But
your
it's-
Shelby up there.
But it's a nice drive. You could drive, but don't go well, I guess you could go up Biker 95, but
Mhm.
maybe go up
Yeah.
go up US 1, or US 1 used to be the only road into Florida going south
Well,
on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, that's correct. And A1A,
A1 it was originally.
right? And also, I think, what is it? 15 is the one that in the center of the state. It goes north south,
Yeah.
and that's a nice ride.
I'll tell you what's nice. Just
Really
go out
pretty.
to, not necessarily Lake Okeechobee, go to Spook Hill
Spook Hill.
in Lake Wales. That's where
Oh.
the road it appears
Yeah.
that you're rolling uphill.
Yeah.
Spook Hill.
Yes.
Can't miss that. And go to Bach Tower.
Clock Tower. Yes.
The famous editor of the Ladies' Home Journal built
Mhm.
that out there
Hmm.
with I can't think of the name of the architect that designed the whole grounds. It was the architect that did New York Central Park.
I think is that off of 60. Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Mhm.
Great place.
Yeah.
I've been out there a
Mhm.
couple times. I go out
Mhm.
there and relax.
Yeah.
They have that where they bells, and they play music on the bells.
Oh yeah.
They're bells.
Yeah, tintinabulation they call that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a fascinating
Yes.
place. And there's grounds, and they have
Mm-hmm.
camellia trees that I used to grow some, but my landscaper somehow tore them up. They were from,
Oh,
but they had beautiful pink flowers. Camellias are just people grow them like they did, like say roses. It's a whole
so
a botany thing where people will make hybrids of them and make
Oh,
different
I-
flowers. I mean, okay,
yeah.
but it's beautiful. They have one of the world's largest collections of camellia trees
Wow.
here in Florida, and they're not really a Florida type tree. but-
No.
which is a little bit further north. It's up there. It's like Lake Wales. So
Right.
I went to a men's Christian retreat up there 2 months ago for a
That-
weekend. I think I told you about that. I'm getting ready to go up again. Can't
Right.
wait.
Yes.
Fabulous, peaceful. It's on a lake, and we're talking about seeing the sunset or the
Mm.
sunrise, and there's no noise. And at night, there's no light from the city. That thing.
Yes.
Go on these drives, and maybe in the fall, when you roll your window down, you can feel the air, smell.
Yeah.
Be great.
Yes.
And I propose everybody do that. Get in your car and drive somewhere.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where.
Mhm. But before you go on your trip, go see Todd at Crown
You
Car
do.
Care.
I found
Yes.
something I was going to talk about.
Make sure your car's roadworthy.
Yep. Now, if you have an old classic car, but some of this stuff is maybe made for a classic car to go cruising in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Before you go, here's some things you
Okay.
need to check out
All right.
on your drive. Fuel delivery, you want to make sure that system is up to snuff. That'd be the fuel pump, injectors, if it's a carburetor. Number 2 would be the ignition system. That's how you ignite it, right? Spark plugs, distributor cap.
Right.
Cooling system. If you're going to have a fire in the hole in the combustion chamber in the engine, you got to cool it. You get cooling system.
Right.
Okay. Charging system. That have that in snuff. Number 5 is the belts. Doesn't matter. I guess it could be an older new car. It could be serpentine belt or a fan belt or a V belt. Clutch hydraulics if it's a manual transmission. Right. You're going to have that. Brakes. Right. Right? The hydraulics on the brakes. And then your ball joints, your suspension. Get all those checked out. Even if there's nothing wrong with it, just get it looked at by somebody that knows what they're doing.
Right.
And we know who knows what they're doing. We've been here quite a while. Crown Car Care. We don't brag. We're just here. We're always here. We're always open. Not open on the weekends because we want people that work for us to be with their families, and we want our customers to be with our families. We don't want to get our shops not on the weekends.
Yeah.
There's only so many weekends you got in your life.
Yes.
You can count them too. Take your life expectancy, multiply by 52.
That's it.
And that's how many Saturdays you got left.
That's it.
So it's important. Family.
Yeah.
Don't always work. Sometimes when you own the business, you have to be there or do things. Sometimes I'm there on a Saturday or Sunday, but it's not all day. And I'm just making things so they're just right for during the week. But go out there with your family, get in your car and drive somewhere. Up and down the coast here. I mean, there's right down here in Jensen Beach. There's that long drive past the is it the Marriott Hotel on that windy road that you end up there is where the wayward boaters, if their boats crashed, would stay there the night. What is it called? It's right there on the water. It's kind of famous. House of Refuge.
House of Refuge.
House of Refuge. That's a nice drive out there.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Bush Wildlife down there in Jupiter. That's got some great part that's just fascinating. Alligators, crocodiles, fish. Go down to Murakami, that museum, that Japanese museum down there near south of Boca Raton. Drive down to the beach along Fort Lauderdale. It's beautiful. The beaches are different down there than they are here.
Yeah, Hollywood Beach. So my wife and I explored that several weeks back. It was nice. They have a boardwalk.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of nice, and it reminds you of New Jersey, the New Jersey boardwalk, which is kind of that they kind of took a page from that. So they got shops.
But down south, the beaches have got more of that white sand, and the water's more blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because the Gulf Stream comes in, I believe.
Yeah, and they groom the beaches, which we don't do up here.
We don't groom our beaches.
No, our beaches are natural.
Yeah. So there's take a drive along take a drive on A1A right on go down there in Jupiter even. And that be an all-day drive. Go down to Dune Dog and have a hot dog. It's good old-fashioned Dune Dog. That's a place like the old days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dune Dog. They have good hot dogs.
They do.
Get them grilled, though. Get them split and then grilled. They're delicious. Get the bun toasted a little bit. Yeah. Put some of that brown mustard on there maybe and some sauerkraut, and you'll be singing a song. Because they're delicious. But there's places to go and things to do. Don't let the complications and sometimes the negativity in our world stop you from enjoying things. Yeah. Enjoy life. Yeah. You don't have to have $1 million to do something. No. It doesn't even have to be a fancy car.
No.
Just get into a car and drive.
Yeah.
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 And it's a fun thing to do.
It is. So, yeah. And it's great. And you build memories for you and your family, which is something, it's everlasting.
I reminisce all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Makes you cry.
But it's great.
It's good tears, and it makes you think about things.
Sure. And smell, and the sights and the sounds and the smells, different locations.
Lake Okeechobee? Drive around Lake Okeechobee.
Yes, you can. Stop
at a couple of those places. There's a famous fisherman. I think his name's Roland, and I think he's got a big fishing mecca, hotel, motel / destination. Go out there and say hi to him. See that place. Go to Clewiston, and then over at the other end, going in the Tampa side, you got another big town there. There's locks. There's locks that go through. Yeah. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
In Lake Okeechobee, do you know the Lake Okeechobee for the most part is like 3 feet deep? It's very
Yeah,
shallow.
it's a very shallow.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
if you know. They have to dig. They have to maintain the canals. Take a boat ride.
Mm-hmm.
Go take a boat ride through the waterway. There's
Mm-hmm.
people that'll do it for you. There's people that take tours
Yeah.
and do it. Wouldn't that
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun? Go out to Lake Okeechobee. Go fishing.
Yeah, the bass fishing in Lake Okeechobee is supposed to be
Here's what
stellar.
I tell you to do.
Yes.
Get in your car and drive Canner Highway, which is
Yeah.
where I live off of Canner Highway,
Right.
off Locks Road. Just keep driving
West.
west
Yes.
until you can't drive anymore. And then you have to take a right and you go
Mm.
over, you go around, and then you're on the lake. You're in a rim canal, they call it. Little mom and pop fishing joints that you can have lunch at, and you can
Right.
and then go fishing right there. Go try that out.
Yeah.
You can catch bass, all kinds of fish. I don't know what you catch out there. Catch an alligator, I guess. If you wanted, you wouldn't eat them. I guess they eat the tail.
Yeah.
I've had it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yes.
I don't know what do they do with the rest of it.
Belts and shoes.
I don't know. I've never caught an alligator.
But yeah, if you had.
My daughter, her boyfriend, his name is Evan. What a fine man he is.
Yes.
A good gentleman.
Uh-huh.
He fishes. He likes to fish. And
Uh-huh.
they go peaceful. They like fishing. They like the quiet things. And he caught a gigantic shark. I think the thing was like 4 feet long.
Wow.
Big shark.
Wow.
What do you do? How do you do? What do you do? Just cut the line. I'd be afraid to get my hook out.
Yeah, you definitely cut the line. You don't want
don't go in there and unhook it.
You don't want the shark to come inside the boat and visit with you.
Because I don't think they have much brains. I think they just either kill or multiply.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's their life.
Yeah. But they have incredible sensory perception too. With smell.
Yes.
It's just incredible.
So does my dog. We have 3 dogs.
Yeah.
No matter where in the house they are, they
Yeah.
smell when I open the get food.
Oh,
Beg.
yeah. Daddy's home. He's going to feed me.
They beg. Beg for treats.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah.
Do the small things in life. Take road trips. Do things with your family. Walk around your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Get fresh air. Don't do
Yes.
that crap like we got caught up during that whole lockdown thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's all nonsense. Go and
Yes.
get some air.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And
Yeah.
to see God's creation.
It's beautiful.
In a
out
car
there.
is fun. Drive-ins. There's no drive-ins around anymore. There used to be one out in Okeechobee, but I believe
Used
it's
to be
closed.
one in Fort Pierce. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's still standing.
It's still there, the
Yeah.
outskirts of it,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
framing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't think you'd have a sustainable business. I just don't think you'd have that. Everyone would do it once and then no one would go again.
Right. But I think if you played a 60s era
Oh,
B,
yeah,
B
well.
movie,
Well, we could do it.
and then you could Bluetooth it into everybody's car,
Yeah.
you could do that in today's world.
Lauren Hardy meets Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Right? Okay. You want to take a break?
We got
We got a minute and a half break.
Yes, we got 6. Let's wait about 6 minutes and we'll
Oh,
do the break
okay.
thing. So Carvana posts 373 million Q1 net profits,
Wow.
quarterly sales record.
You want to hear something about Carvana?
Yeah, tell me.
It's home. Crown Car Care, the sponsor of this show.
Yes.
2 locations, right? We have one on Cove Road in Stewart and one in Palm City off 714
Mm-hmm.
near the Turnpike entrance, westerly out in Palm City.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only, through contract, I do all the repairs, warranty repairs for their vehicles. So if you buy it doesn't matter the brand, you buy let's say you buy a Chevy Blazer and you buy, they all come with a base warranty, which is nice, is what's nice about Carvana.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the first 90 or 60 days, everything's covered.
Nice.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes. 3
Interesting.
months.
Yep.
All
And then you can buy an extended warranty through their insurance arm called Silver Rock. Well, I'm the contracted service provider for them.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So when people, they get my name and number and they come to me and I fix their cars for them. They love me and I love them.
Sure.
I make money on it and I make their customers happy and I don't gouge or
No.
just, you have to fix what's broken. You
Right.
can't, it's a different, I can't,
Right.
I'm not chasing the maintenance thing or any of that.
No.
It's just, if you want to be my customer, I'd love to change your oil in the future, but I'm here just to fix what you purchased and what's owed to you because you bought it
Right.
used and it has warranty on it.
Right.
And we
Right.
do a fine job at it, but that's Carvana.
Yeah.
That company. So that company's doing well. It's interesting.
Yes, they're doing extremely well.
And I you know how I got that? I called them.
You know,
That's how I got the business,
That's-
honestly.
It is always letting people know you want their business
To give it to
is
you.
the first step.
That's what I did.
to just-
They didn't chase me. I chased them, and it was
Yeah.
only a phone call.
And it's always a good idea.
And it was
That's
easy.
just good business.
It was easy.
Yeah.
I do that all the time at Crown Car Care. Listeners, some of you own businesses and some of you work at businesses, right?
Mm.
Some of you work for city municipalities and some of you work for the federal government. And some everybody's doing something, or you're retired,
Right.
right? Either case, take your car somewhere, and you got to do. Everything has to be fixed. And Crown Car Care, we serve all of you.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do, and we have all types. So if you own a business, I go out and get it, right?
Right.
Now, my radio show here is more for listeners to hear me and say, hey, I want to try them out. That would be the individual.
Right.
Sometimes businesses.
Right.
But
sometimes it's a good
I've
fit that way,
been
yes.
I've been
Especially
known.
if you have a fleet of cars, you go,
We
I
do.
need to keep those cars on the
Go
road.
see Crown Car Care.
Yeah.
Go see my staff at the front desk. Sometimes I'm there in the front, sometimes I'm not. I'm usually in the back.
Yeah.
But come there twice of the 2 times, you'll see me. And we'll talk about my fish tanks. Oh, I have one fish tank over in Cove Road,
Right.
with cichlids in them.
We gotta do your Palm City store. We're gonna do a fish tank on the TV
Virtual.
screen.
It's going to be fakey. It's going to be linked to. I'm going to have Starlink on it
Yeah.
with that new laptop thing that Tesla's. What is it? I heard about that. What is that?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Frankie.
So, well, I just read a little bit about it today. So they are introducing a brand new tablet, and it's going to be $119 as I understand it. And it'll connect to Starlink.
Yeah.
And so you can be anywhere on your boat, your car, your office, on vacation, and
Get rid of Wi-Fi. Ugh,
yeah,
so slow. I don't.
Yeah.
As unlimited as the internet is, and as I've read that we have almost unlimited capacity or speed. Yet everything is so throttled to rip you off and make money off of you.
yeah,
It just irritates me so much.
But
But
yeah,
that's another story.
right. But so
you can this
you
laptop this connects right to it.
it connects to it, and then you can just use it wherever you're at.
I'm surprised there's not coming a Tesla phone.
I think that's coming. I think
They'll
that's,
knock them dead. They'll kill it.
Yeah, I think that's
they're
coming.
gonna send Android out in orbit.
My guess is there's going to be next level, something that's going to replace the phone. That's why you haven't seen it yet. I think there's going to be something else. I think
I know it's going to be connected. There's going to be a quantum financial system that's all encrypted. It's coming.
How many people do you see going around their daily business with earbuds?
A lot.
A lot, because they're listening to stuff from their phone, or right? And I suspect there's going to be like a cigarette case, something the size of a pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
And you just carry that on your person, and everything will interface through
with
that.
you as the person. Imagine if it interfaces with you.
Yes.
Not a device.
Right.
Like it connects to us.
Right. I suspect that there'll be some sort of something to get your.
It's like when God was talking to Noah.
Noah.
Right? And then Bill Cosby did a skit on that, didn't he?
Did.
It's the best album. And that album, he did that on it. He also talks about that car, that Cobra Shelby.
Oh, did
he had a Cobra Shelby. Carroll Shelby back in the 60s made one for him.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That was a great.
He goes,
what?
What?
Remember, he goes, what?
He goes, Noah.
Build an ark.
What? Oh, right. He goes, what's an ark? What's an ark?
We have to get a skit of that and play. That's God. You want some good comedy. That's funny. There's nothing racial or nothing dirty on it. It's just funny.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff indeed.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
The
So,
opinions expressed.
all right.
Start my timer.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program.
There it is. That's the one we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be right back. So stick with us. we're back. You're listening to the Crown Car Care Show, where we wax sometimes philosophical about things, but mostly we want to make sure that you get to your destination safely and enjoy the enjoy the trip.
We may recommend a few destinations, but
Yes.
we want to get you there.
Yes.
With your car.
Yes.
Or your motorcycle.
Yes.
Well, we don't want to work on motorcycle. Well, some I have, but we don't.
No.
We do cars only.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it well. We, not me, we been around a long time, Frank, over 20 years. And keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Right? It just keeps getting better. The soul of my business just keeps getting better and better because everything is done on the upside. There's ethics at the highest level. And
it's just like my picture frame business. I would tell my customers every job I did was a hanging advertisement of my work.
That's right.
And it's just like you, every
car that comes out
is a rolling advertisement
right.
of what you do.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Now, if your car doesn't start, you could have a battery problem.
Right.
But
mm-hmm.
now, Frank, what about batteries? There's different types, aren't there?
There's lead acid batteries, which is the stuff that you and I grew up with.
Yep. Yeah.
Now we have lithium batteries.
Yep. What we're going to talk about this next topic is batteries for ICE cars with an engine.
Right.
And hybrids. Let's talk about include hybrids in there.
Right.
Okay. It's the one that everyone, I can't say that everyone's used to because if I talk to a 16-year-old or 18-year-old kid,
they have no idea.
They have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, they wouldn't know where to locate it or even what it looks like.
That's why I'd like to take a young kid on a drive, take them just how it used to be for me.
Right.
Boy, they'd love it.
Do you remember there were some stories about dads that would tell their kids that unless they knew how to change the tire of a car, until they were skilled to do that, they wouldn't let them drive the car on their own.
Mm.
There was I knew a lot of dads like that. That's probably
it makes me want to think I'm going to do a seminar on a Saturday over at one of my stores.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your family, bring your daughters, bring your sons, and let's change.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how to take they'll have a spare. Most of them have a spare, temporary spare, whatever. There's a spare in there.
Right.
We'll pull it out and we'll only use the equipment that they give you.
Right. Yes.
And we'll only no floor jacks, none of that stuff. Nope, just what they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And we will jack up and change that car's tire. Your daughter, your son, you yourself will change it.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're done, we'll look at each other and go, boy, that was easy. But it's not that easy.
No.
It's not easy.
No.
I make it easy because that's what I do.
Right.
Just like everyone has a profession or what they do. That's easy for them.
Right.
A cartoonist, it's easy for them to draw. Charles Schultz used to do what does Snoopy.
Yes.
It's easy for him. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
Right? Bill Cosby was a comedian. Easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Hard for me. Right?
Absolutely. So
if I was a professional baseball player, say for the Detroit Tigers, I was a pitcher, for say.
So let's talk about batteries.
Let's go back to batteries.
Let's go back to batteries.
Okay, so batteries, you've got every car has a battery.
Mm-hmm.
Every car.
Mm-hmm.
Every internal combustion engine, gasoline powered, diesel has a battery. Diesels have two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's lead acid.
Yes.
Then there's AGM.
What does AGM stand
It's really a lead acid in disguise.
Oh, okay.
But this is what we're going to talk about because there's differences. It's called absorbed glass mat. Absorbed glass mat.
And
and the ones that we're referring to are flooded acid. Flooded type. FLOODED. Flooded.
And they're sealed now. Batteries?
No, they're sealed, but they still vent.
They still vent.
Yeah. So if technically, if you could, some batteries you can kind of see the level of the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
They get low actually, and that's a lot of the failure I've seen is because there's no water in them things.
Yeah.
They cook out because it's got a vent on there. But how do you get it back in? There ain't no way to pop the top.
No.
Some of them can, but you can on some. Most you can't pop it to fill it with distilled water.
That's all it is.
The old days at the gas station days, full serve days, you always had distilled water on hand.
That's right.
And I had one that was in a bottle that had an automatic filler with the neck. or the nip, the spout coming out was
Right.
spring loaded, and you'd push it into the hole where the battery is, and it would fill up to its level,
Right,
and then it would
'cause
stop
There's
flowing.
generally about 4 to 6 cells.
6 cells,
Yes.
12 volts times
Mhm.
2 volts.
6 cells, yeah.
And distilled water, and what's in there is acid,
Mm-hmm.
sulfuric acid,
SO4.
SO4.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get any on your hands
No.
or concrete or paint,
Yes.
make marks.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the battery is the flooded type, is what most vehicles still come with.
Okay.
It's still used to this day. There's all kinds of fancy advancements with the tops and how they connect.
Mm-hmm.
They connect differently onto different cars.
Mm-hmm.
GMs used to use a side terminal.
Mhm.
They're not popular anymore. In fact, you can't hardly get them.
Wow.
Side, it would, the cable would be flat, and it would bolt on the side of the battery, not the top,
Right.
with an 8mm nut or
And
a
then-
hex stud.
Right. And the reason for that was because of the venting.
Well, that too. Plus, I just think they wanted to be different and make it a different connection, make it
Mm.
their way.
Okay.
Yeah, some people just make it their way.
All right.
Door handles are different on some cars. They claim it's the best. Well, he's being different.
Right.
I wear brown leather shoes. You wear black leather shoes. It's not one's better. It's just
Got
it's
it.
what you choose.
Got it.
I don't think there's an advantage or disadvantage. Well, the disadvantage on the old side terminal ones, when the GMs back in the 70s and 80s, they all corroded in between. Then you have no connection.
Yeah.
It stinks. Battery isn't dead. Your connection's dead. You gotta have metal on metal. It's the lead.
Mm.
Lead terminals used to be the name of the game.
Yeah.
Still lead coming out of a battery top. Does everybody know what I mean by that? Lead. Okay, batteries on the top, for the most part, have 2 posts, positive and negative, and that's what you connect your wires to from your car.
Mm-hmm.
60s, 70s, and 80s, they were made out of lead. The cable that was in your vehicle.
Mm.
Now it's not. Most of them are a steel strap.
Mm.
Some still use lead.
Mm.
You have to have that connection. So that's a wet flooded, but you can put AGM batteries in your car. They're quite a bit more money. They last a little bit longer. The advantages of AGM is they don't vent. And if you tip them over, they won't leak acid.
Mm.
And let me tell you another thing. Many cars today have batteries in the trunk and underneath the rear seat. So you have to use either AGM or a special flooded type that has vent tubes that vent to the atmosphere, not inside the cabin, or else it'd smell like acid or it's rotten eggs.
Yeah. The SO4 smell. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to choose your battery type for the vehicle and its application and placement of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's another thing I'll tell you. These big SUVs. Let's take a Yukon, GMC Yukon.
Okay.
Big $100,000 vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
3rd row seat. It's got every option known to man. Good old American car.
Mm-hmm.
Yukon, GMC Yukon. That's got a big battery in it.
Yeah.
Mercedes, big 4-door. Very expensive. You have to go up to Fort Pierce to buy a Mercedes. I've only been in a Mercedes to buy parts.
Mm.
I've never bought a Mercedes. I've never owned a Mercedes. I don't have a problem with them, but it's not me.
Right.
I'm not a German car guy, but I fix cars for German car guys.
Yes.
And I'm one of the best.
Yes.
But I'm not a German car guy.
No.
It's not my interest.
Yeah.
If I had to buy a European car, it'd be a Range Rover.
Oh yeah.
I've owned 2 of them.
English.
I've owned 2.
Yeah.
But I'm not. German car isn't me.
Yeah.
I'm American, mainly American. That's why I own a Ford Mustang or a Shelby. I drive a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
My wife drives a Jeep Grand Cherokee. My daughter drives an F-250 diesel truck, and my son drives a Dodge Charger.
Okay.
So all American cars.
Yeah.
Just the way I am. I live in this country. I live in America. That's what I want to buy.
Right.
Could be something better out there, but I'm going to support my country and support the people that work in the factories that build the vehicles. And that's just how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all in favor of bringing manufacturing back to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be hidden under politics or anything like that, Frank. It's just come on back and make some stuff here in our country, and we'll employ a bunch of people.
So I understand Rolls-Royce talk about foreign car companies.
Yeah.
Rolls-Royce is coming to the U.S. to make cars.
I have customers that have Rolls Royces. I've worked on them.
Mm-hmm.
I have the parts aren't cheap.
No.
They're expensive. I've never owned one. I never would.
But that's because of
If you
the.
gave me one, I'd sell it.
But I guess if they make them domestically,
Yeah.
the prices should come down.
And maybe they're going to come up with I suspect a lot of these boutique companies that are like bespoke car companies that could survive 25, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, because it didn't take technology. It took labor.
Mm,
Remember in the old days, technology was expensive, labor
it
was cheap.
It's-
Now it's the other way around.
It is.
Technology is cheap, labor is expensive.
Yes.
Okay. And to use technology, you have to have design and engineering. These
Mhm.
car companies are straight. Jaguar, I predict Jaguar is going to be out of business.
Yeah.
They made the dumbest move I've ever seen. They're going to go, they're all electric after this year. That's about as stupid as it gets, Frank.
Yeah.
What were they thinking? It's
They-
just, no. Come on, guys. The infrastructure isn't there yet. You can't build all electric cars in this country and there's nowhere to charge them. And if it is, half of them are broken.
I would have liked to have been just
I'd like to have been in the boardroom with these knuckleheads and I would have told them off. You're killing the company.
I would have liked to have been a mouse in the corner of the boardroom when Ford sold, because they owned.
Oh, they were so happy to dump that thing.
I know it.
Because you can't do it anymore. You can't look at what motors they're
But
putting in.
Ford-
They're
Ford
using
resurrected
Mercedes
them.
motors,
Yes.
and because they can't design them. They don't have the money, the dollar budgets to design anything because they're such a small company. So they have to use off-the-shelf technology from BMW, Mercedes, all that other stuff,
Sure.
and put it in their car. Well, no one's buying those things.
AMC did that.
It worked for a while. Well, I kind of like up in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Home of the Cheeseheads, Wisconsin, the Green Bay Packers.
Yes. But but that's not a recipe for success.
No, it's
long-term.
not.
No.
It's a recipe for failure anyway. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to tell you is the Jaguar had this thing called the F-Pace.
Okay.
Ugly as sin. It didn't sell electric junk. Okay, it's just junk.
Wow. So what were they buying their batteries off the shelf from?
They can't design anything. They're too small. It's Tata Motors owns them, I think, that outfit out of Japan. It's about two brothers that own a bicycle company.
Oh yeah.
That's who bought it. Now Land Rover, I think, could survive because it's their SUVs, and I think they're doing it.
Mhm.
Jaguar, nah.
No.
Bye, Jaguar. Just my prediction.
Yeah.
You're not going to go all electric. Who the hell's going to buy them?
Yeah. No.
Where are you going to charge them?
Yeah.
You're going to get the Tesla pass and use the Tesla ones? There's just not that many around.
Yeah.
The infrastructure isn't there yet, Frank, for everyone to go electric, even though that's what they want us to do.
Yes.
They don't want to control us, though. No. That's not what it's about. It's about the Green Deal.
All right, we're going to take a regulation timeout, but we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, so stick with us.
We never talked. That's the
Just when you thought it was safe.
Now we're going to talk about the big machine, the
right.
Sterling motor machine.
Yeah, so this is fascinating.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And I'm new into it, but I kind of get it. I understand it and how it works. It's quite good. Okay, so here we go.
All right.
Anyone out there listens to or watches YouTube? I'm sure many do, many don't.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask my mom, she's not going to.
Okay.
My dad wouldn't do YouTube, but he would watch a YouTube if I showed it to him.
Right. Especially
Okay.
if you on the regular TV screen.
Correct.
Yes.
So
yes.
there's a chap on there. He's got a company. It's a consulting company. Does quite well.
Mm-hmm.
He worked for Ford for many years
Mhm.
as an engineer. He worked for Ford in the power plants, I think. His name is Sandy Monroe.
Yeah.
Smart guy. He always wears that down vest, which has got his emblem on there from Monroe Live.
Mm-hmm.
He's old fashioned. I mean, he's old. He's probably got the same pair of shoes resold.
His office is just down the street from where I used to live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy, though, that if his shoe wore out, he'd go get the cobbler would put a new sole on his shoe.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
that's the way he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's done. He's a smart man.
Yeah.
So he what they do is they disassemble technology. He'll tell you that he's one of the biggest fanboys. He's a Tesla fanboy.
Right.
He's been special tours. He's met Elon, but it's good technology. He's taken apart some interesting,
And he's made good recommendations to him.
and they embrace it. Well,
Right.
people pay him millions
Yeah.
for their recommendations. That's where they make
Mm-hmm.
money. They just did a show. You have to watch it. How they make revenue.
Yeah.
They get revenue from YouTube, but you're not running a business off YouTube.
No.
A one-man band can do a YouTube and make millions, but that's
Now when you have to have a staff.
not when you got a payroll each week.
Right.
If you got a staff, it's not happening on YouTube.
No.
I don't think,
No.
unless it's that lucrative, which I don't think it is, but could be. Maybe it used
Maybe
to be.
when you and I do a radio show on YouTube, maybe we'll
We'll
get a
We're on
staff.
YouTube right now. The staff, well, we already do here. It's just sometimes you don't see them. They're hiding. It's kind of like elves.
Like
Everything gets done, but you don't know who did it.
Yes, it's magic.
This is a fabulous company. I think their home base is in Texas. And Helion is the only word I can think of that sounds like it. Helion.
Okay.
Hyel. I think it's a play on helium, which is the gas that's in the Sterling motor.
Right.
This is a young man.
So it's like Hylon or something.
Hylon. That's it. That's it. That's it.
All right.
It's a Hylon. That's it. Okay. So Hylon, like nylon, but Hylon.
Right.
That's how you say
Gotcha.
it. Hylon. So the guys from Mellon, which I believe is a college out there in Pennsylvania, Mellon Carnegie University. Isn't that out in Pittsburgh, I think?
Yeah, well, probably financed through Mellon Bank, I would suspect is probably where they're.
That was a robber baron from the Gilded Age, wasn't it, Frank?
Something.
The Gilded Age.
Yes.
That was when you had landlords driving big Duesenbergs, collecting the rent from the
Yes. Go.
lowly people. Give me your rent money or else I'll kick you out.
Yeah.
They did do that.
Oh yeah.
So young guy, he started a startup company.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he did start some other ones. And remember, your entrepreneur doesn't succeed at every endeavor.
No. It's
And they
trial
talk
error.
about failure in this video. If there's one takeaway from me, they talk about failure as a good thing
Yes.
because you're not on the edge if you don't fail.
Well, Elon Musk embraces that, and his rocket company.
We don't at Crown Car Care. We
No.
want to be right in the middle. We want your car to be fixed, and we don't
Right,
want to
right.
go on the edge.
No, yes, but
But-
we're talking about people that are experimenting and learning.
Sure.
Yes.
Ultimately, you get stability, but at first, there's no stability.
Right.
It's how fast you recover from the mistakes and embrace them into your processes from an engineering and manufacturing and sales process
Right.
or internal process in the company.
Right.
How quick you fix the mistakes.
Yes.
That's a good company.
Yes.
Okay. So this company, this guy, it was a semi-truck electrification startup. That was what his hustle was.
Okay.
And that was what their deal was. And I believe I'll have to do more research on it, but I've just been so fascinated by this whole story. I've watched it twice, and it's an hour-long video.
Wow.
And it's wonderful. It's just, it's so game-changing. The Stirling engine has been around for 200 years. All it is working off of the change of state of matter, hot, cold, expansion and contraction. That's all it is. It's a closed system.
Mm-hmm.
Closed system. This thing uses air bearings. Air bearings. There is no oil. There's no moving parts. Air bearing.
Just a rod that oscillates.
Well, it's using compressed air to support the rotating shaft and what would be bearings. Okay, so your air is the bearing. Fabulous idea.
Yeah.
Used currently in high-speed manufacturing. High-speed manufacturing, like the metals and things. High-speed manufacturing uses air bearings today.
Right, because there's no friction.
No friction. Yeah. There's no maintenance. There's no breakage. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Sealed system. It takes the word that the CEO or the founder uses is agnostic. He loves to use the word agnostic.
Yes.
And that I think about that because agnostic, but always was someone who to believe it, you got to see it, and it's against God.
Oh,
is what I would think is the agnostic, isn't it?
Well, agnostic means that you're not really tied into any particular belief system.
But you have to see it to believe it.
You are open to all ideas.
Okay, so he's open to all fuels.
Yes.
Anything will burn in this thing. He didn't give a darn where it's from. Just if it oxidizes, he can use it.
Yeah.
And the word is oxidized. They run a super lean rate or mixture. Lean, because all you want to do is get heat. It doesn't have to be a perfect combustion. There is no combustion. It's just oxidation. You have to think about that because that's what a lot of cooking is oxidizing of food. But that's a whole other weird topic for science that sometimes takes away from the beauty of cooking and eating. But when we heat things, we're oxidizing it.
Okay.
Like meat. When you cook the meat, well, you're really oxidizing it. Cook the vegetable. I believe you're oxidizing it, which is
changing the state of matter. Yeah.
Introducing oxygen into it, and there's carbon being formed. Like if you barbecue a steak on the grill,
right?
Carbon is a byproduct. If you cook too much on the stove, it burns. It's carbon.
Right.
It's a whole nother story.
Yes.
Topic, which makes it fascinating to know the study of food, which is a science in and of itself.
It is indeed.
This machine is stackable. They're 200. What did I say? 250 kilowatts.
Okay.
And they're stackable, and it's a horizontal looking device, and it looks like a generator that you'd see outside of a nursing home or a hospital, about that size.
All right.
So my local people go up Cove Road, and before you get the US one coming from my Palm City store on Cove Road, just keep going. And on the left, there's a nursing home that's changed hands 2 or 3 times, and they usually do. They grab their money, and then the next character comes in, and that's a whole nother topic.
Okay.
It could be a topic of exposure. Any case, they have a big generator. That's about the size of the generator. It's probably 10 feet by 5 feet, 4 feet.
Okay.
It's a rectangle. Okay.
And
it's all self-contained. It has the Stirling motor, I guess you want to call it, or the actual unit. It uses a horizontal linear generator. So it doesn't rotate. There's no bearing in it. The way it generates electricity. So take a stator on an electric motor and unwind it. It's going back and forth. Okay, that's how it creates electricity. Like sandpaper. Think of sandpaper going back and forth, except you're making electricity. That's how it works.
Okay.
It's not round. It's linear. Whole thing's
linear. Yeah.
Yep.
And back and forth.
And then it just shakes. It just wiggles back and forth. Hot, cold. Changing the state. This big rod that has air bearings just moves back and forth. And this thing that's sandpaper is making electricity. That's how it works. And you can make DC or AC.
Whoa.
Oh, and here's something that Sandy threw out there that's interesting. When you generate electricity at the local level, DC is preferable.
Yes.
It's more efficient. It's better.
That's why that was that big argument that Tesla had with Edison. No, not Edison. Who was it?
Westinghouse. Well, Westinghouse was supporting the. So Westinghouse support was the one that was on the side of Tesla.
Yes.
And then you had your good old boy Edison. Okay. At the local level, DC is better.
Yes.
But to get it to the local level, the only move you have is high tension wires, and then AC's the move.
Right.
But at the local level, if you're making it, DC is more efficient. It's cleaner. You can run less. LEDs last 10 times as long. The bulbs, you know why bulbs burn out of these damn things? Because we got to have a ballast on them.
Right.
And that's what burns up. When your light flickers, it's the ballast, not the bulb or the LED. Light emitting diode. It's the ballast that's converting the AC into DC.
Yeah.
So that's it.
All
So
right.
basically, this machine is pretty cool. I don't know the price.
Mm.
They're not cheap, but I'm going to tell you, I want one.
I want one. I want one. Wait, what? Why don't you just see if you can get a
See if we can meet. You can get a tour, and
on
they'll
the-
fly us out there.
on the back of a popular mechanics book? Maybe there's going to be a diagram on how to build
Well,
one.
me and you'll make one.
We'll just make
Of
it.
course, it's easy. I got 2 shops.
We'll sit it on the bench and
That's
we'll
easy. We'll make a Stirling motor, and then we'll have a linear electrical generator. And what are we going to burn for fuel? Methane. We'll go
Methane.
talk to the city dump up there in
Yeah.
Fort Pierce.
yeah, we'll get
It just smells a little bit
we'll
up
get
there.
some methane from the horse barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a horse. We'll go get his poop. Any case,
Yes.
it's a neat machine. It's, gosh, wouldn't it be cool to call them up and go, listen, we're 2 radio jockeys that were up and coming, and could we get a tour of your place?
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of money. Could you send us 2 round trip tickets? Pretty please, pretty.
Yes.
We'll rent our own car. Just get us out there to Texas.
Yeah. Texas, is that where he's at?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd like to go out there and see this place.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Oh man, what a road trip.
Yeah.
That
Talk about what we talked about in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Now I'm all excited.
Yes.
We'll drive out there, Frank.
I
We'll
like
see if we
it.
can get a convertible, and we'll drive.
Oh yeah.
Just like in Thelma and Louise, except we won't do at the end what they did.
No, I
I
don't.
think they drove over the cliff.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't want that one.
No cliff.
It was a Thunderbird, wasn't it? A blue Thunderbird? Well, good night, everybody.
Well, we still got 30 seconds.
Okay.
About a 30
Well,
seconds. more.
what else you can do here in Florida?
What's that?
Well, there's all kinds of things. You can go drive over here to that local pool that we got splash place over there in Willoughby.
Oh yeah.
You could drive
yeah.
there and take your
Right.
kids swimming.
Martin County Splash.
Go
yeah.
fishing somewhere in some lake. Doesn't have to be Okeechobee.
Right.
There's all kinds of places to go.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
Martin County,
Yes.
a beautiful place. You go fishing. Drive to the ocean and go fishing. Surf fishing there. it is.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun. huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very
In
good.
any case, great show.
Yes, lots of
enjoyed
fun. Yes, indeed. And
Hope you did too.
give Todd a call at one of his shops. You can reach him
781-8000. Yep, 772 area code.
Yep. And they'll be glad to hear from you and happy to help you out.
You
All right.
betcha.
And we'll see you next
Have
week.
a fun Sunday drive.
Take care.